On the news tonight, President Tinubu at BRICS Summit champions new path of justice in the world. And Al-Qanitat Conference, the role of Muslim women in focus. Good evening, and here is the English version of the news on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Aisha Oba-Ali. Now the news in details. Nigeria is reaffirming its commitment to strategic collaborations that translate to sustainable and inclusive development for all, as the country calls on the BRICS to lead a new path of justice in the world. President made the commitment while addressing the 2025 BRICS Summit of heads of state and government in Rio de Janeiro. State House correspondent Musbaut Wahab reports.
President Bola Tinubu is here, representing Nigeria, recognized as a partner country to the BRICS. And the characteristic pleasantry again between the two friends as President Luis Lula da Silva received his invited guests. President of the largest black nation in the world featured in the circle as the bloc focused on how to strengthen Global South cooperation for more inclusive and sustainable governance. Such issue bothers President Tinubu from Africa's perspective. The Nigerian leader cited the climate change adaptation programs, for example, and acknowledged how Africa suffers the most despite contributing the least to the global emission. And so, with some global resolutions skewed against Africa, President Tinubu is hoping that the BRICS can rewrite the story in fairness.
Nigeria therefore called on BRICS to lead a new path of justice anchored on fairness, sustainable technology, transfer and accessible financing, such that emerging economies can fully benefit from the various initiatives in this field.
He highlighted Nigeria's effort to accelerate renewable energy adoption, mainstream climate action, promote nature-based solutions, and strengthen urban resilience, among other decisions to ensure inclusivity in growth and prosperity.
We believe the BRICS must not only be a bloc of emerging economies, it must be a beacon of emerging solutions and resolutions rooted in solidarity, self-reliance, sustainability, and shared growth, prosperity of a common future.
Expressing the country's strong belief in the South-South cooperation, President Tinubu indicated Nigeria's readiness as the giant of Africa to take its place in global decision-making.
Nigeria strongly believes in South-South cooperation. We can therefore not be passive participants in global decision-making. We must be architects of our future that addresses the specific need and concerns of youth, which represent 70% of our population in Nigeria. Therefore, we believe Nigeria remains guided by our long-term vision 2050 and nationally determined contribution.
President Tinubu affirmed to the bloc his administration's resolve to transform challenges into opportunities through purposeful programs and policies. In Rio de Janeiro, Musbaut Wahab, NC News.
The persistent vehicular accident at the total roundabout Kefi will soon be a thing of the past, as Nasarawa State government awards multi-billion naira contract for the construction of a flyover bridge there. Muhammad Awalu completes the story.
We need overhead bridge here along, that is this Kefi roundabout, total roundabout. And this is what we have been reminding our representative also at the Federal National Assembly.
This place has been consuming a lot of life, a lot of money, a lot of property of the people of Nigeria. And I believe that by the execution of this project, this problem is going to be solved.
It is my responsibility to see to the construction of a flyover bridge here.
These appeals by stakeholders for the re-engineering of the total roundabout in Kefi, the takeoff point of Kefi-Abuja Express Road that is prone to vehicular accidents, which sometimes result to injuries and loss of lives, could be said to have been answered. As the Nasarawa State Government awarded a contract for the construction of a flyover bridge for freer flow and safer traffic in the ever-busy road that leads to northeast and southeastern part of the country from the Federal Capital Territory.
We must start thinking into something that at least will reduce the amount of accidents we continue to have at this roundabout. Today I'm happy that I'm part of the history.
Only God Almighty will reward your efforts.
As we lay the foundation for this flyover, we lay the groundwork for a brighter future for our people.
Residents and vehicular operators applaud the moves by the state government.
This road has claimed lives of many citizens, and it is a very good work for him to proceed to the construction of this flyover.
With this expansion, we so much believe that the rate of accident will reduce, and it also boosts economic activities in the town.
As the contractor must mobilize personnel and equipment to the site, it is hoped the project will be completed in record time. From Kefi, Muhammad Awalu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, it was a moment of reflection, celebration, and renewed commitment as the Rotary Club of Abuja Central Business District held its annual handover to a new Rotarier. The events, which brought together Rotarians, partners, and well-wishers, featured the official change of leadership, fundraising for club project, and the unveiling of the new executive team, highlighting the club's continuous dedication to service and community impact. Isaac Jibo reports.
The investiture of Lauretu Sama Ilayanwan as the 9th president of Rotary Club of Abuja Central Business District marked the beginning of a new chapter, beginning with stakeholders in a vibrant gathering focused on leadership transition, future goals, and humanitarian advancement.
The whole of the room, you discover that most people here are Nasarawa people. The reason is because so many of the projects are in Nasarawa State. We're here to join them to celebrate the new president and to show them that we're very happy. Nasarawa is a very peaceful place and we love development.
The district governor, Dave Joko, intends to achieve these specific goals I've mentioned, and we will achieve. We know how to go about it. She's very passionate about affecting lives. That's what's the basic thing about voting.
The highlight of the event was introduction of new president, who vowed to build the achievement of the previous administration and elevate the club's impacts. She reaffirmed their commitment to completing the construction of 2 classroom blocks in adopted community of Gidangimba, located in Karu local government area of Nasarawa State, a project estimated at 25 million naira. She also outlined the plan to address maternal and child health.
Rotary is an organization of like-minded people, so I'm counting on their support, and I believe they will do that. And we are going to continue from where we stopped, by soliciting from our friends, family, and corporate organization.
I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best. And I know she will do it. She can do it with our own support, because I will be there to support her by the special grace of God.
The club remains dedicated to progress, service, and sustainable development within its adopted communities. In Abuja, Isaac Jibo, NTA News.
Now, tackling deep-rooted cultural practice that fuels sexual and gender-based violence, gender discrimination, and early child marriage is gaining fresh momentum this time through the collaboration of FCT Traditional Institute and advocacy groups. Hawagin report that at the forefront to champion this campaign is the Traditional Rulers' Wives Association, whose president, Hajia Hawa Ibrahim Adamu, led other wives on an advocacy visit to the palace of the owner of Abaji, His Royal Highness Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa. The report.
Growing concerns over the increasing cases of gender-based violence, early marriage, discrimination and poor access to education for the girl child among original inhabitants of the FCT, the Traditional Rulers' Wives Association is stepping up advocacy for strengthening traditional justice system. This was the thrust of discussions during an advocacy visit to the palace of the owner of Abaji, His Royal Highness Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa. President of the association, Hajia Hawa Ibrahim Adamu, who led the delegation, emphasized the urgent need for community-based approach in tackling issues affecting women and children, particularly in rural and undeserved areas. The association is also seeking stronger collaboration with traditional leaders to promote inclusive justice, discourage early marriage, and foster an environment where every child, regardless of gender, can access education and live free from abuse and discrimination.
Promoting positive cultural values that uphold the rights and dignity of women and girls. Together we can shape a safer, more just society where every woman, child can live free from fear.
Make sure that everyone, every girl, every woman in the society and in our community, they have what?
Voice ka she to go di za career bubu e dem di mu
la pada ga do na na to papa to do ama aga to ano la go ni le chi ale na wala.
Responding, the owner of Abaji Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa described the initiative as timely, reiterating the critical role of traditional institutions in preserving values that protect and empower all members of the community.
Force them to marriage, but at the end of the day, they're going to have children. With gender-based violence, so violence between husband and wife, between wife and husband, we are going to destroy this.
The visit also featured a robust exchange of ideas, traditional blessings, and commitments to sustain the partnership for social justice and development. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Away from gender issues, the first biennial conference of Al-Qanitat Sisterhood Islamic Organization brought to light the Islamic fundamental duties of a Muslim woman who is a mother, a wife, and expert to contribute towards building the home and society. Speakers at the two-day conference shared knowledge on important principles of faith, worship, and being responsible and responsive as a home manager. Abdullah Jia brings us details.
For 2 days, it's been moments of spiritual growth and stock-taking on the progress made for Al-Qanitat Sisterhood Organization and its members, who are being guided on the topics strengthening faith and family in modern times and empowering Muslim women in the 21st century. These thematic areas, Professor Hajara Umar Suleiman and other speakers give thought-provoking insights with an encouragement to women to strike a balance between managing the home in line with Islamic tenets and pursuing a career.
Any Muslim woman should know that first, she's a servant of Allah that was created in this world to worship Allah. And secondly, based on the physical way that Allah has even created her, she is meant to be a mother, a wife, and somebody that stays within the home environment, because she's the one that brings up the next generation. And if the home front is fine, the society is going to be fine.
In our various communities is that women are more enlightened, because there are programs that we run on, every weekend. There are online programs that we do. So the education is spreading and is making the women to be more aware, which they already said that educate a woman and you educate the nation.
Other speakers underscored the need for knowledge acquisition, as it remains a light and a tool for transforming the home and society.
I have a lot of take-homes, especially the fact that she said our society needs a reorientation when it comes to women. I think there should be a reawakening, especially up north. There should be a reawakening of our mindset.
She has talked about so many things, how the wife is supposed to behave in the home front, how she's supposed to train the children, how she's supposed to be there for the husband, and to also be a responsible, to have an important society. Then we have to cater for the needs of the children also.
Unlimited Sisterhood Organization is a non-governmental organization. In its 2 years of existence, is helping to champion Islamic propagation with interventions on general women's growth, economic and entrepreneurship development while worshipping Allah. In Abuja, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Thank you for your company. And up next is translations. I am Aisha Ubali. Good evening.
Azan ba jilo ba je ba ce ba wai wizo na yenya kwa wai wona na iwo abada zaza ishan daje zuma woni ye wago ba mai ayi ye Nigeria kwa ngage ko na agui gachelo badna obwado no akin aje ba jege agwo dialo no abieyi no yambwa sapa aikun zaza no akin ajeye mbai ozan wale sheba webe na badai na yo Musbau dan Wahab wagan ga yi tun da Bola Tinubu wone dade nsai nbe se ase no akin atukoda aje no akun jin lo mbai nsapa yamboya asese nyele nya nkwen nanu asese ye mbai baku abe shawe boye no ba ba be no abieyi no yambwa sapa abo akuba shawe nkunu sapa mbana jin az yinkoza ayogmaje aigna ebi yinkoza ami we lomula to womula lesa esun okono no abe shin kwawe shishi naye no asi bedonu agbedogun aje nanu pakinsinda yimapui wale sheba we be na bedai na yo hawa jimba waganga bedogun asu ayinkoya nanu pakinsinda no hajja Hawa Ibrahim Adamu woni jin opo shinpeje dayin wonu ni jin gbabilo won ba kun labalo ba sheba ba iga aza ayokanya na ba ige to jin ayinkoza awe zagmajon wonye dade nu onaye saba kun sheba ba lo sa abaji bokun no ayo Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa no owo begbona wa ganga ayokanya ye bayin bala bedna nu kasamanai Gbedogun selaya no banu yepe lolo gbogbo baku se ase baishi abo awe apokelenya no sela sepa nutnu inkozanya ko bia ko yinko mulale nanu puwa no bajin na bage kwa mi api Abdullahi Ajia wale shiba webe na bedai wagnege nanu yejie ainpe ngun abaya baku abeshi awe yinko zanya shokoi vi sepa mwamwaga nanu mpua bedo shi nyokoza ba lo che nyokoza ba jin wood nanu wo mula pua ajege wo nyile we mi pua pepepe nje bi jisesi abo babwa wole lainu saizu.
Igbo Igbo ogbe oge anyị ji wetara gị akụkọ ụwa nke nọ na ya ugbu a Nwokafọ Chisom ka nọ na nke abalị a ka anyị malite site na akụkọ onyeisiala. Ala anyị bụ Naijiria ekwupụtala obi ha ịrụsi ọrụ ike maka ezi njikọ aka ga-akwalite agamnihu na inwe mmeghe zuru ezu na mba niile dịka ala anyị na-akpọku otu jikọrọ ụfọdụ mba akpọrọ BRICS ka ha na-edu na njem ịhụ na mba ụwa nwetara ikpe ziri ezi. Onye ọrụ anyị n'obi ọchị Musbaudan Wahab webatara anyị akụkọ n'ọbụ onye isi ala Bola Tinubu mere mkpọkụ a n'oge ọ na-agwa otu abụ BRICS okwu dịka ha na-enwe mgbakọ ha nke afọ a na Rio de Janeiro, ebe onye isi ala kwuru na a na-atụ anya ka mgbakọ a bụrụ ọdịmma mba niile n'uche iji kwalite udo na ụwa niile. Mbọ a na-agba ịkwụsị ụfọdụ omenala bụ ndị na-akwalite ndina n'ike na mmegbu ndị inyom, ịkpa oke mmadụ na inye n'ọlụlụ nke ụmụaka na-enwezi agamnihu dịka a na-enwe njikọ aka nke ndị ndu ọdịnala na ndị ọrụ ime nkụzi dị iche iche. Abagemba webatara anyị akụkọ na ndị nọ n'ihu na mbọ ugbu a bụ nwunye ndị eze ọdịnala bụ nke onye isi ha Hajiya Hawa Ibrahim Adamu duru ha mee njem n'obi eze ọna nke Abaji Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa, ebe ha kọwara na ha chọrọ ka akwalite nnọsara ahụ nke onye ọbụla, ebe ọna nke Abaji kwere nkwa iji ọnọdụ ha kwalite ọdịmma nke ndị inyom. Nzukọ mbụ nke otu akpọrọ Al-Qanitat Sisterhood Islamic Organization egosipụtala isi ihe ndị a chọrọ n'aka onye inyom ọbụla bụ onye Muslim ma bụrụ nwunye na nne bụkwanụ ndị a na-atụ anya n'aka ha ịrụ ezi ọrụ iji tọọ ezi ntọala ezinụlọ dị mma. Abụlaghaji abatara anyị akọ na ndị kwuru okwu na mkpụrụ ụbọchị abụọ nke ihe omume a rụtụrụ aka n'ihe ndị a chọrọ n'ebe ndị nwere okwukwe nọ, nke gụnyere ofufe ma na-eme ihe ndị dị mma ma bụrụ ndị na-elekọta ma jiri ezinụlọ ha kpọrọ ihe maka ọdịmma nke ezinụlọ ha. Oge otu a ka esi apịachia na nke abalị a. Ị ga-ahụkwa anyị ọzọ echi. Aha m ka bụkwa Chisom Nwokafọ. Ndewo.
Ẹ kú dédé wòyí o, ìròyìn aago méje ló dé sétí gbọ̀nyìn láti NTA ìkànnì karùn-ún ti ìlú Àbújá. Oníròyìn Olúwaṣèyí Abímbọ́lá Ọ̀yáwọlé. Ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ń ṣe ìdánilójú ìfaramọ́ rẹ̀ sí àwọn ìlànà àti ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ tí ó tún mú sí ìdàgbàsókè alágbèrò tí ó wà fún gbogbo ènìyàn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè tí ń ṣe ń ké pe BRICS láti ṣe ìpèsè fún ìtọ́nisọ́nà ìdájọ́ tuntun ní orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé, akọ̀ròyìn ilé ìpínlẹ̀ Musbaudan Wahab jábọ̀ pé ààrẹ ṣe ìfaramọ́ náà nígbà tí ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ níbi àpéjọ BRICS ọdún 2025 tí àwọn olórí ìlú àti ìjọba ṣe ní Rio de Janeiro ní orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil. Ìwà àṣà ìjìnlẹ̀ tí ó ń dákún ọ̀rọ̀ ìbálòpọ̀ àti ìwà ipá tí ó dá lórí akọ àti abo, ìyàsọ́tọ̀ akọ òun abo àti ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó fún ọmọdé ti ní ipa tuntun ní àkókò yìí, nígbà tí ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ìgbékalẹ̀ ìbílẹ̀ àti àwọn ẹgbẹ́ alágbàwí dá sí i. Àwágímgbà jábọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀ ìgbìyànjú láti gbé ìpolongo yìí síwájú ló mú ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ìyàwó oníbílẹ̀ eléyìí tí aṣíwájú ẹgbẹ́ náà Hajia Hawa Ibrahim Adamu darí gbogbo àwọn ìyàwó oníbílẹ̀ lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò ìgbérò àti ìgbìyànjú sí ààfin ọ̀nà Abaji olóyè ọba Alhaji Adamu Baba Yenusa. Níbi àpéjọ ọdún méjì àkọ́kọ́ ṣe tí Al-Qanitat àjọ àwọn arábìnrin Ìsìláàmù ní tí wọ́n ti tan ìmọ́lẹ̀ sí àwọn ojúṣe ìpìlẹ̀ Ìsìláàmù fún obìnrin eléyìí tí ó sì padà jẹ́ aya tàbí ìyàwó pẹ̀lú ìrètí pé obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò jẹ́ alábàápín ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nínú ilé àti ní àwùjọ. Amúròyìn wa Abdullahi Ajiya mú àlàyé wá pé àwọn agbọ̀rọ̀sọ níbi àpéjọ ọjọ́ méjì náà tan ìmọ́lẹ̀ ìmọ̀ lórí àwọn ìlànà pàtàkì èyí tí ìgbàgbọ́ àti ẹ̀sìn àti ìjọsìn gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwòkọ́ṣe àti olùmọ̀ràn rere tí ó yẹ kí obìnrin jẹ́ ní àwùjọ àti ní ilé rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí alákòóso ilé àti ìdílé rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú. Tó níbi làwọn ti mẹ́nu dúró ní òní kí Ẹlẹ́dùà kó ṣọ́ wa jù wá lọ. Olúwaṣèyí Abímbọ́lá Ọ̀yáwọlé ní orúkọ mi ní ẹ̀kan sí. Ó dàárọ̀.